Okay. Sorry for the lighting before you start to complain. It's late. I've been golfing all day. Went over to the neighborhood bar. What can I tell you? Sue went to a movie and left me here alone. So I went over to the neighborhood bar and drank a few beers and shot the bull with some of my golf buddies over there. And yeah, come home, had a little bite to eat. She had some meat and potatoes and carrots in a crock pot. I love that. So I ate almost all of it. I hope she eats a lot of popcorn at the movie house. And it started sprinkling a little bit of rain, and I thought, well, I think I got to get me some video done for tomorrow. I got Thursdays already on there. Yeah, I got to get some for tomorrow. Tomorrow's question and answer day, ain't it? Yeah, okay. So let's start this real quick. We'll get it done. Shelby Imus, I-M-U-S. Try to get to the questions real quick. She wrote a little note here. Says, thanks for your blogs. They are so helpful. They're entertaining. I assume it went to... Here we go. When my husband and I moved there in 2020, I will be 46 and he will be 60. Do you know or have you heard of younger than 55 residents having a hard time being allowed in groups or activities? Drag boat, painting classes, or softball for a few examples. Do you have to be at least 55 to participate? No. There are some activities to be in a certain group. They have age groups, like in softball. I believe they got some teams down there that's 70 and over, and then they got some teams that are, I don't know. Softball's a big thing here. They got, I don't know how many fields, 16, 18 fields. Those is age restricted. You don't have to be a certain age to play, but they're not going to let a 45-year-old play unfairly and compete with a 70 or 80-year-old. I mean, you can understand that, right? But no, as long as if you own a house here and you have your village's ID resident card, it'll have your picture on it. It has your ID number on there that the villages will assign you when you close on your house, and all that kind of stuff. Most of these activities are done at some rec center somewhere. Most of them, not all, but most of them. So all you got to do is show up. And you may have to have your resident, well, if you're going into a rec center, the proper thing for them to do, there's always a person sitting at a desk by the front door. You have to show him your ID. He'll scan it. There's a little barcode on the front of it. He'll scan it, and then you can go on in. That's what gives you access to these activities. Most of them is the resident ID card. Age has nothing to do with it. That's what the 80-20 is all about. 80%, 20%. I did a video on that. You probably know what I'm talking about. So no, there's no age restriction. So anything that they have here, unless there's certain age groups within that activity, then now you can do it. The painting class, I know anybody can just go do that, but it's in a rec center. How much does it cost? Where Sue goes in that painting class, I believe, here's another question you ought to ask her, because she's the one that goes to that every week. I don't. See, we live two different lives down here, just so you people understand. I think most of you do, especially the ones that are my age. Sue has her things that she does, and I don't do them. And I have my things that I do, and she doesn't do them. I golf, she doesn't. She paints, I don't. She likes going to movies and things. Me, not so much. So she shops and shops and shops. And then sometimes when she's got time on her hand, she'll go shopping some more. I don't. So we're almost like oil and water. She does her thing, I do my thing. I don't think there's any cost on that particular painting class, other than your materials that you buy. And they probably give you a list of things that you can get, because there's different kind of painting classes, you know, different types of paint and things like that. So you really ought to talk to her about it, but I don't think there's any cost for it. As far as going to the class, I don't think there is. Some classes do, like the dragon boats. I believe there's a cost in that. There's also a waiting list, I believe, to even get in it. And in order to get up to a certain level of boat, you have to go through a process. You'll start down here, and they'll analyze you. They teach you, they show you the safety and all that kind of stuff. They analyze you, and then where I understand it, when they go to sign up for the different boats the next year, depending on what level you're at, they'll put you in that level of boat where you need to be. So the guys that are here, and gals that are here, that are in the competitive level, some of those people travel the world with their dragon boat and do some serious competing. They take it serious. In order for you to get to that level, it's nothing you're going to do overnight, but it can be done. So, and what the cost is, I don't know. Most of the things around here, the cost is minimal. You know, they keep it down to where nobody's making any money at it, but maybe it kind of helps pay for, maybe like on the dragon boats, maybe it helps pay for some of the dragon boats. I don't know, but yeah, I got a neighbor that does a dragon boats. I wish he was here. He could answer all your questions on that. Well, let me see what other, hope that answers your question there, Shelby. Oh yeah, I got a message from Ryan, the author of Inside the Bubble, the book. I don't have the book with me, but you all know I spoke about it many times because it's a great book. It really is. Apparently he has a special going on. I want to pass it on to you. He sent me an email. I'll read it to you. It says, last month I tested a special offer to certain people who had just purchased my book, Inside the Bubble. That's the name of the book, Inside the Bubble. The offer was presented immediately after checkout. The special offer was to get an Inside the Bubble all access membership. More than $300 of my best stuff for the one-time investment of just $49. Wow. Needless to say, it had a very high take rate. But I realized that you, meaning me, and I'm passing it on to my viewers, did not see the offer, and that just didn't seem fair. So have a great week. It says, for obvious reasons, I won't leave this page up long. In fact, I'll be taking it down after this Friday. So if you're interested in getting all my best stuff for a ridiculous low price, please act fast. So go to www.insidethebubble.co, not .com, .co. And the offer will be there. Also, if you put in www.insidethebubble.co/skip, my name. And there's an offer there that'll pop up. I think you get $10 off on the book. But this offer here might be connected to that somehow, some way. So a lot of info. I recommend it. If you're interested, go get the book. And he's got a lot of other stuff too. Might be a list there of other things that he does. I know he's got a whole series of videos about the villages and all kinds of stuff. Okay, let's see. Gordon, ladder installation. When did he ask here? Skip, as a frequent visitor to your YouTube channel, I think I remember you speaking of having your house power washed. Oh, I already sent you that, Gordon. I do not have my house power washed. Power wash is the guys with the gasoline power washers that blows real hard on the house. I don't like those. I've had them used at my other house before, and the problem is the vents that goes around the edge of the house that allows the air to flow through the attic and then out the roof vents, they blow that water up in there and it gets up into the attic and into the insulation, and once the insulation gets wet, it's no good. So I decided I'm not doing that on this house. I get what they call no pressure wash. It's almost like a car wash. They come out with a trailer with a big round water container on it. I don't know how many gallons it holds, just a lot. and a small gasoline pump that's connected to it. And they got a gallon or 2 gallon jug of this cleaning detergent that he dump in this water. And then he'll go around your house with a very low spray. And he sprays the side of my house. And literally, whatever that stuff is almost like a car wash. You can see the dirt and stuff just run. And he'll just spray the house, sprays the windows, does my lanai, all that stuff. And then he'll connect his garden hose with another type of sprayer on the end of his big garden hose. It's a pretty good sized hose. And by that I mean it's pretty good sized, big around. And he'll hook that to your water spigot on your house. He turns that on, he goes around the house and basically rinse your house off. But it's a little bit of pressure on that sprayer, but nothing like a power wash. And he just basically rinses the house off. And when he gets done, the house dries, the windows are clean. He doesn't have to go over the windows with anything. Everything is just perfectly clean. The house looks brand new again. I get it done every 6 months. And I believe it's like $60 if you do it twice a year. It's like $60 on my house every 6 months. I've used that company for, I don't know, 8 or 9 years now. And I'm satisfied with it. I like it, and I'm going to continue doing it that way. Yeah, we don't want that one. Okay, no, we don't want that one either. That's a new subscriber. Here it is, here's one. Here's a question. No, that's just a remark. Says, thanks for the videos. They were planning on making a move down here sometime next year, and my videos are helpful. Appreciate it. Here's a Finney question. I don't know if I can answer your Finney question or not. I don't live down there. I think I already answered you. Did I see your name, Susan Bull? There it goes. It says, hi Skip, my name is Susan Bull and I am emailing from Pittsburgh. It took some time, it said, to find your email address. I had to switch my laptop and I was able to dig around the site and eventually found it. You know, I might put it somewhere else. I don't know why. I haven't really looked at it because when I bring my YouTube up, because that's my channel, what I'm looking at is different than what you're looking at. And you know, when I bring it up, when I put my email address in there, it's obvious to me. It's right there. I mean, it's just right there. But apparently, because everybody tells me they don't see my email address on there, and I just don't understand why. I'm gonna double check on that. Let's see. So I did not want to ask this question in the comment section of the video in case it is just a rumor. Don't make no difference. Let me tell you what about the villages that I can be 100% confident about. Rumors around here fly like birds. People always think they know something because somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody told them that that's the way it was. And the truth of it is, most of these people don't know nothing. They don't know any more than you or I. The only one that really knows is the developer and his team and the Wildwood commissioner over there. Those guys know. We don't know. My sister and myself will be moving to the villages at some point over the next 1 to 2 years. We both visited on a lifestyles plan last November and realized we drank the Kool-Aid and cannot wait to come. I learned a former co-worker was living in the villages, and so I contacted him via text. He is in the village of Dunedin. That's just down the road from where I live. And warned me not to buy in Finney due to the quarry and houses shaking due to its activities. Can you ask around if any of this is true? I don't have to ask around. It is true. It was in the paper. I don't know if they're... here's the story. There's a quarry that's been down there, a rock quarry or a gravel quarry, whatever you want to call it. Been down there for many years, long before anybody started building houses down there. That's number one. So he's going to have grandfather rights just right off the get-go. He has a permit issued that gives him the right to blast, I think it was 4 times a month. And people have bought houses. Now, I don't know exactly where his quarry is. I just know it's down there somewhere. And apparently, some of the blasting he has done has caused a little bit of shaking of a few houses down there. I don't know how much shaking. Some people take these little things and they blow them up way out of proportion. I've got a friend that bought a new house down there. I've talked to him 2 or 3 times since he's moved down there. He hasn't said anything about it. So I don't know if it's just maybe a certain area of Finney that's maybe closer to the quarry that is getting a little bit of the shaking going on when he blasts, or if it's all of it. If it's all of it, then I don't understand why my friend hadn't said something to me. So far, he loves it down there. That's all I can tell you. But I can also tell you, I can't think of the name of that town, but if you was to go past Finney to the very next country road and turn left, there's a sign about a little town, Cordon or something like that. Well, that is just back behind Finney back there a ways, not a long ways, but back there a little ways. And that's the federal prison back there on the other side of Finney. I hate to break your bubble. So you got Finney. So somewhere around here you got a war quarry that dynamites 4 times a month. And somewhere over here, back here, is the state federal prison. You know, the odds are in the federal prison you're not going to have any problem back there. I don't know of anybody complaining about noises like I don't know, a whistle going off or a siren going off every so often or anything like that. I've never heard anybody say anything about it. As far as the rock quarry thing goes, yes, that was in the paper. Yes, there has been some people complaining about it. And no, I've got 4 or 5 people that I know that live down there, and I've talked to them, and nobody that I know has said anything about it. So it might be just a sectional thing, but it is something you should know, and it is something you should ask about. Brooklyn, New York, HG2 says, may I ask why you got a second bigger tripod stand? Yeah, because it allows me to do a lot of different things. One is sometimes I like to go out in Lanai and sit in my chair out there where I can take my iced tea with me, and the little tripod has to sit on something. You want it to be kind of face high when you're talking to the camera. And the little tripod means I got to drag a desk or I got to find something to set it on. This bigger tripod is adjustable. I assume you're talking about the one, matter of fact, I don't even know if I've even showed this tripod on the video. The little tripod I had that had the extendable thing that went all the way up that I was showing on my vlog, that tripod, it's not even a tripod, it's a handheld, but I could screw a small tripod on the bottom of it and I could use it that way. That came with my GoPro kit. That's the only reason why I got that. But I bought a kind of a professional tripod that I'm using right now. And it's because I can take it anywhere I want, and I can set it down, set it up. I can set the height that'll go from like 2 foot off the ground to, I don't know, 15 feet off the ground. And I can crank it, I can set it, I can swivel it. I can use this with 101 different cameras. I'm just getting more and more equipment so I can just have access to different things that I can do with the camera. Oh, my Australian buddy says, woo-ha. Said, you didn't sign off the same, I know. I don't remember which video it was, but I know I normally sign off with see you on the other side. I know, and I didn't do it. I had an idea. I was going to plug something in at the end there, and it just didn't look right, didn't fit right, and so I took it back out, and then I just went ahead. I didn't want to record it and download the thing all over again, so I just put it on there. I thought I typed it in though, at the end there somewhere, but maybe I didn't. If I didn't, I apologize. What makes, who is this? Jeffrey Waltz. What makes one location of villages more desirable than another, in my opinion? None. If you want to buy a brand new house, you don't really have a choice, really. You have to go to where they're building brand new houses. Right now it's down to Finney, DeSoto, Southern Oaks area down there. I believe all the new houses up here, somebody sent me an email here a while back saying there was more new houses available over here at Pine Ridge and Pine Hills. None that I can find. If they're unoccupied over there and nobody's living in them, and that could be that there's new houses over there that nobody's moved in yet, but that don't mean the house is still for sale. I called down to the real estate office and asked about it, and they simply told me that they had no brand new homes listed in the Pine Hill, Pine Ridge area. So I don't know where that email came from or who sent that, but unless I'm getting bad information, that's what they told me. So if you want a brand new house, you got to go where the brand new houses are at. And that's a Finney area down there. Everybody knows it as a Finney area, but it's Finney, Southern Oaks, DeSoto, and some other, Linden, that area down there. Or if you're wanting to buy a courtyard villa, and I can't remember the name of it, but somewhere up north in the older area, the Mulberry kind of area up there, they built a bunch of new courtyard villas up there. I got an email about that from some village realtor about it. I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, but you can find it on their website, and they got some courtyard villas up there. If you want a pre-owned home, well, you can buy them pretty much anywhere. Now, if you're going to buy a pre-owned home, what makes one area better than another? First of all, if you can, you really don't want to buy a house next door to a house that's had a sinkhole. That just depreciates your property value. And they have to disclose that if you ask. They should disclose it anyway, but that don't necessarily mean that they will. But you should ask anyhow just to make sure. Second of all, what makes a desirable area? I'm going to answer this the best way that I can because I've said this before. Know what it is you want to do. Know what it is that you have to be near. Let me explain a little bit. Do you want to play golf a lot? If you do, then you want to buy a house that's between a lot of golf courses. Are you going to be an executive golf course player 90% of the time? Or are you going to want to play championship courses 90% of the time? Know that, because some houses are close to 2 or 3 or 4 championship courses, but only a couple executive courses. Now you can take your cart and go anywhere you want, but if you're going to play regularly, you know, if you're like me, you don't want to drive an hour in your golf cart every time you want to play a golf course. So that's going to tell you where you want to be. So if you want to play a lot of executive courses and you've got $250,000 you want to spend on a house, you find a house that's in the middle of 15 different executive courses, and that house is $250,000, that's the best place for you. To the next guy, he may not play golf. He may like to go to the squares every night because him and his wife love to dance and listen to the music. Man, that's their thing. So if they find themselves a nice little courtyard villa or a bungalow or a nice home or whatever it is in their price range, and they're within, say, 5-minute golf cart ride of Bend to some town square, they're all have music every night and dancing, then that's the house for him. That's the best desirable location for him. So that's kind of a tricky question about what's desirable. Know what it is you want to do. Know what it is you want to be near. Know how much you want to spend. And take it from there. Ooh, Starbucks reward. Ooh, I got a free drink. I just now seen that. By the way, in case you don't know, I am a Starbucks fan. I hate to admit that, but whenever I travel, man, I hit Starbucks 3-4 times a day. Whoops, that's the wrong button. I just poked the wrong button. Here's a comment. What does it say? Stella Hodkinson. Stella, thanks for the video, Skip. Do you think Sue would be open to doing a video about expenses? You know, I've had that question before, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't really talked to her about it really all that much. I'm sure she would be. Here's what I thought about doing. I haven't done it. I'm not big on doing it, but I'm either going to do it one or two ways, I think. I thought about actually doing a live stream. I mean, I got certain YouTube channels I like to watch every day. Just like, hopefully people like watching me every day. And it's my coffee in the morning. I do the same thing you do. I get up in the morning, I make my coffee, I come in here and I turn the TV on and I go to my YouTube people that I watch. You know, most of them don't put out a video every day. They put them out like on a couple times a week or maybe once a week. But anyway, I like to watch them. Well, live streaming, I've noticed, seems to be becoming a big thing. I'm not sure why, but I have thought about it. I have played with my laptop about bringing it up. Somehow you got to link your cell phone with the laptop and the YouTube sync together, and then you have it's a little complicated for me. But anyway, I have played with it. I have got it to work. And I have actually thought about sitting down with Sue on the couch or in the lanai somewhere and having a live stream where actually you people could ask her questions live. And then she could I'll read them to her and then she could just answer them to, you know, right there. But the problem I have with that is I'm not really sure how to do that where it would be productive. I don't want to have a live stream and have 6 people watch it. I mean, that's... I got, what, 1,700 people now subscribing, and only 6 people would watch. To me, that's just a big waste of time. You know, and I know there's a lot of people out there that's working. So, and I don't know what hours everybody's working, when you're home, when you're not home. So, you know, when's the best time to have a live stream? Is it in the morning, the afternoon, early evening? I mean, I don't know. So I haven't done it. So I may end up doing a question and answer. Have you people send all your questions to me through comments or email or whatever. I mean, don't do it. I'm just saying I'm thinking about doing it. And then we'll do a video. And then I'll ask her questions. She can answer them. And then I'll just download it onto YouTube like I do my normal videos anyway, and maybe do it that way. But the live stream's interesting, that you could one-on-one ask her any question you want. And then if we had to take an hour to answer them all, that'd be fine. I'd like to do it, but I want to do it in such a way that, like I said, where we get where we're productive at it. I want at least, I don't know, 200 or 300 people to watch and ask questions. If I can't get that, be honest with you, I just don't even want to do it. Here's another one about the arts and crafts show. Why was your wife alone? Well, just like I just at the arts and crafts show with Mr. Nasty up there, you know, kind of was showing himself, didn't want his precious stuff, having the pictures taken of it, you know. Like I said before, Sue does her thing, I do my thing. I don't go shopping, she does. That's why she was there. She was shopping, the show was going on, she stopped by. Sometimes we just run into these things. We don't plan them. We'll go up to Lake Sumter to get a cup of coffee, and oh, they're having a sidewalk sale. You know, we don't plan them. I don't read the newspaper hardly at all, because the newspaper down here is so one-sided, I just don't even read it. And when you talk about other newspapers, it's all become so political anymore that it's just, I don't even do it. I just don't even read it. Let me just say, I miss Paul Harvey. Painting class again. It says from Mark Shad. It says, my wife is very interested in painting classes. What is the cost of these classes? Thank you. And we are coming down next month for a lifestyle visit. Cool. Like I said, I don't think there's a cost to that painting class she goes to. Now, keep in mind, that is not the only painting class in the villages. There's several. You get the recreational news out and you'll see where they all have different types of paints, watercolor painting, acrylic, I think, different styles of painting. I don't know. There's different classes, and that's the one she goes to, which I think is watercolor. And when she goes to, other than the cost of the equipment that she has and the rest of them have, you know, the we call them easels, and the paint pads. Am I saying that right? The thing you paint on, those, the paints, the brushes. She carries it all in a like a roll around suitcase, like you're going to the airport. That's what they all have. So she buys that stuff. But I mean, as far as the class itself goes, I really don't believe there's a charge. And if there is, it's like a nothing. But once again, there's a question you could ask her if I was live streaming, because I don't really know. Okay, what's this question? Jim Nordgren, I think I'm saying that right, Nordgren, says, hi Skip, on the national news last night they had a newscaster in the villages on talking about sinkholes. The whole world is talking about sinkholes. I think they're bored with news and they can't find anything to really talk about. They were talking about how much rain Florida has had, and he said that it contributes. Yeah, it does. Rain and loose dirt and cavities in the underground areas, and then the dirt and the rain washes it into the cavities and sinkhole. Says, this is from Ed Burhop. He asked me the question. Says, love the laminate flooring for sure. I like the tile, but not sure about the diagonal laying of it. What is the reason for that? Says, maybe I am a little OCD or something. Well, I answered your question, but he didn't like my answer. My answer was, happy wife, happy life. I think that answered it. And he wrote back, huh, that did not answer the question. That would be a reason to not do it. I think Sue just likes the look. There you go. Todd Strube. Looks like the dog is starting to take a liking to you now. Nah. The only reason why that dog's not in here growling at me now, Sue's not here. And it's the funniest thing about that dog, now, if you brought that up, that when Sue's here, I can't make a move in this house if that dog ain't yipping at me constantly. But as soon as she walks out that door and gets in that car and leaves, the dog becomes perfectly normal. It doesn't bark at me. It'll come in here and lay down on the floor in front of my chair and take a nap. It doesn't like me, because if I reach down to pet the dog, she'll get up and jump over to the door real quick. I think the dog is mistreated as a pup. I really do, because I've done nothing to this dog, and it just acts like it's scared of me, and I don't know why. But then as soon as Sue walks through that door to come home, I mean immediately, as soon as that dog sees that Sue is here, it starts barking right away. It'll come in this door over here in my TV room, and it'll look and see if I'm in here, and it knows I'm here. And then it'll go back out there and yip some more. Come back in here and look, and then go back out there and yip some more. I don't know. I don't get it. I've had a lot of dogs, and this dog is weird. Sebastian, I don't know if I can pronounce your last name, buddy. Giuliano? I believe I heard you mention that in one of your videos, the village is just about has everything covered, don't they? That is still the place I'm dreaming of retiring to. I pretty much, yeah, think they got thing covered here, man. I mean, baseball, archery, 22 or 2,300 organized activities, We have our own polo field, which is unusual for a retirement community to have their own polo field. I could do a video on that polo field one of these days, but I got to tell you, I went up to a polo game one year, 4 years ago. I've never been to one. Sue got tickets. We went up there. Most boringest thing I ever watched in my life. It is just boring. There's just nothing going on. I spent more time eating hot dogs and drinking beer than I did watching these horses run back and forth, and these guys trying to hit a ball with a croquet mallet. And about halfway through, I don't know what they call it, halftime, I'll call it. Everybody in the stands gets up, they walk out on the field, and the little grass pieces that the horses kick up, they put them back in the holes. And then they all go back and sit down again, and then they start the second half. I don't know. It just wasn't for me, but maybe I can get up there and do a little video, kind of show you guys. They use the field for a lot of things, one of which I do volunteer for. They use the field for the Alzheimer walk in February. They use the field for golfing shows, where every distributor manufacturer sets up a booth up there where you can come up and look at golf clubs and all the different golfing stuff, and then you can play with it and this and that. And then they use the field for oh my gosh, bands. They use the field for a Christmas parade, I think, with golf carts and whatever. I don't know all the stuff they use the field for, but they use that field for a lot of other things other than polo. Just like in Finney, it was announced they're going to build a soccer field down there, but that soccer field is going to be used for other stuff. It's just not going to be sitting there, you know, just for soccer. What other stuff they're going to use it for, I don't know, but they're going to use maybe an Easter egg hunt. Oh, they do that in the polo field too. They have an Easter egg hunt up there for the people's grandchildren and things that come down, and they'll probably do the same thing with a soccer field down there at Finney. So, yeah, they use it for a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of things here to do. You can't find something here to do. You're not looking. And let me just say, of all the activities we got, if you don't fit in, you just don't really want to be here. Really, just don't even waste your time. You can live somewhere else a whole lot cheaper if you're not going to do anything but just sit on your ass and watch TV all day long. Oh, I'm sorry, I said ass. Skip, can you do a video addressing the sinkhole situation? Are there certain areas prone to these issues we should not purchase, and do you have to purchase extra insurance to cover? I think I covered that. The answer is I'm not going to do a video about the sinkholes. I've done enough. I've made 3 or 4 different videos about these sinkholes. You can go to YouTube and YouTube the villages sinkholes, and you're going to get 500 different videos probably pop up, from the Sumter County Sheriff's Department to probably CNN News, Good Morning America. They all done reports on it. My report means nothing after all that. No, there is no certain areas that's more prone that I know. They just pop up here and there willy-nilly anywhere. I have noticed that you seem like you see more sinkholes where water is prone to lay. Water has a lot to do with it. And yes, you do need to purchase sinkhole insurance when you buy a house. Florida law says they have to give you catastrophic ground insurance when you purchase the house. It's different. And then you purchase sinkhole insurance. If you don't know what the difference is, it'll explain that in the Inside the Bubble book that I was telling you about. Also, I did a video a while back about sinkhole insurance. You can probably go down and look, and you'll probably see the video about sinkhole insurance and the difference. My wife's just now getting home. I see him out there. New comment about installation. I think I already done that. Could you do a video on the heavy rain the next time you downpour? Yeah, I can do a video on the heavy rain. You know what heavy rain is? It's just a lot of water. Monday will work. Oh, I know who that is. Yeah. You're coming down July 1st to the 8th. What is that? Rich? No, that's not the one. Is it? No, it's Karen. That's who I was thinking of. Karen Jockway. July 1st to the 8th. And you wanted to meet me somewhere. And I said, it'd have to be like probably a Monday. And you said, Monday will work. Okay. Make sure you email me. Christine, I think you got my package up there. I got yours. Got the hat. Got my name on the back of it. Thank you. Appreciate it. I wore it today. Played golf. Appreciate the hat. Didn't have to send me anything, but I do appreciate it. What else was it? Oh, yeah, the maps. There was 2 road maps together. You have to make sure you pull them apart. One map, road map, shows Brownwood, Lake Sumter, Spanish Springs area, and all up through there, the road maps. Golf cart trails and all that's on there. The other road map is south of 44. That's going to show you the roads and golf cart trails and all that kind of stuff down in Finney and the future building sites. And then the other map, let me see, I got some more of those here somewhere. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Here's one. These maps. These big maps here. Yeah. Big maps. One side of these is going to show you everything north of 44, all the way up to Spanish Springs, the roads, golf cart trails. It'll show you where rec centers are at, where the sports pools are at, all these things. And then the other side of the map, let me see if I can get it here. Yeah, the other side of the map will show you down in County Road 468 and 301. It will show you Finney and where the recreation centers are at down there, and so on and so forth. So you've got all 3 maps. I hope that's what you wanted. Yeah, here's the other 2 maps, street maps. These are the street maps. One of them says north of 444 all the way up to 441, including the historical area. It shows the golf cart trails, the roads, all that kind of stuff. But inside there, you got to pull this other one out. That one there, that's in there. I put that in there. That's for everything south of 44, all the way down to Finney. Shows the roads, golf cart trails, or future golf cart trails, and so on and so forth. That's the latest and greatest maps for down there that's come out. That's the 2018, covering the villages south of Highway 42 and north of 44. I thought it might show the date, but yeah, these are the latest and greatest maps. I don't see a date on them. Anyway, these are the new maps, the 2018 maps or whatever just came out. I got 2 or 3 of those left. Brian, was it Brian or Bob? Bob, maybe it's Bob, Robert something. Let me look at my phone, see if I can find it here. He sent me an email about them maps. I sent him one back and he never did respond. I'm just going to put it on here if he's still watching my videos to make sure that he that he knows that I sent him one. You know, it's a funny thing about some people. They send you an email and you send them one back. I don't even know if they read them. There it is. Bob Moss. It says, I really enjoy your YouTube channels. I came down a year ago on a lifestyles preview program on your video of the new expansion in the Finney DeSoto area and more. Do you know a way to buy a copy of the map of the future expansion? I sent you an email, Bob. I said, yeah. I said, if you want to put $15 in my PayPal account, you go to my front homepage, bottom right-hand corner, you'll see my picture and Lake Sumter Landing and all that. Bottom right-hand corner, you'll see a button there. It looks like a letter P, and it says help pay or help make more videos, something like that. That's my PayPal button. Click that button, that little blue peep. Click on that. And that'll take you to a page for my PayPal account where all you got to do is you can use your credit card on there. And then you just put in 15 bucks, a one-time deposit of 15 bucks. And then send me by email, or you can put a message on that deposit too. It comes to me. Either way, put a message on there. Have your name so it kind of spurs my memory, and then put your home address, your mailing or a mailing address wherever you want it to go to, with your zip code and all. And I'll make you a package like I made Christine. I sent one to some person in California. Sorry, I don't remember your name. They got theirs. I sent another one to somebody in Indiana. I sent a package to somebody, I think, in Wisconsin. I've sent several packages out with different things in it. Some people want a Daily Sun newspaper. Some of them want a Villages magazine. Some want these new maps. Yeah. So, but all this costs money. It cost me about 10 bucks, $9 to $10 just to mail it out in priority mail. That's the way I mail them out. So there's 9 or 10 bucks, just that quick. The maps are like 5 bucks. There's $14 real quick. Plus our time, my gas, and all that kind of stuff running around. So I'm being very fair, I think, at 15 bucks. So you put $15 in there and mail me your address, and I'll take the maps and whatever, and I'll make you a package and I'll mail it to you. I think that's about it. So I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get this done. So I got golf tomorrow, playing 18 holes tomorrow. So until then, I'm gonna say thanks for the hat, Christine. Appreciate it. And I know you're coming down. I think it's you coming down in July. I'm not sure. Jeannie, I haven't heard from you either. You want to do a meet and greet, and I think you're either here now or you've already left. I'm not sure. At the end of the month. So you're probably already gone, and I haven't heard from you. I did send you an email. Like I said, I can meet you for, lunch or coffee or a beer or something like that. Tuesday I golf, Wednesday I golf, Thursday's beer day. And anytime late in the afternoon, anytime during the week, usually I can do it. Well, I'm going to get out of here. So until then, I'm just going to say you all be good, be careful, and I'll see you all on the other side.